Good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. We are doing Alfred Hitchcock today. Fun. Let's get going.
Good morning, good morning. Let's work on Alfred Hitchcock. um, Actually, Bodega Bay is where The Birds was filmed, and where it's supposedly the fictitious town that it takes place in is across the San Francisco Bay, which you cannot get to Bodega Bay from going from San Francisco. You have to go out into the ocean and come around. Fun fact. And I've always grown up with knowing it was filmed right 30 minutes from where I lived. Well, maybe 35, 40. Anyhow, I grew up close to Bodega Bay, and it was a big deal. And I've watched the movie a lot, and I like the movie a lot. So we're going to do Alfred Hitchcock. And my sister was Tippi Hedren. Did you know Tippi Hedren was Melanie Griffith's mother from You've Got Mail and all that? And I don't know if she's still alive. I think she is, but she runs a wild animal sanctuary because she was in a movie with wild animals. And ever since then, she's done like tiger rescues and big cat rescues and stuff somewhere in LA. Okay, so Alfred Hitchcock. Black. Let's start with black, maybe. If I can find anything. I'm still in a state of messiness here. Not finished organizing everything yet. Ooh, I wondered where you've been. Oh, this is one I cannibalized. Okay. But this is a good little travel paint set. Now I know where that is. Let's see if there's black up here. Oh. Okay. This is film strip, but it's got Christmas stuff in it. I'm going to cut out the Christmas stuff and put Alfred Hitchcock over it. Cool. Alright, let's just find autumn colors, like right there. This is why you don't throw anything away, see? You never know. Oh. Acetate. Alright, let me think about this now. I can still use it, I guess. Because it looks even more real film-like. Alright, let me think about this before I go cutting it up. I think I'm going to do this. And I got some Alfred Hitchcock images. Okay. Are much smaller though. Pencil, pencil, pencil. I'm going to do inventory in here of all the pencils that I found, all the pens that I found. How many pairs of scissors? Pitiful. pitifully embarrassing. Okay. Here comes the construction, guys. Hopefully today's their last day. But they're under the house today. I love this. This is a happy accident. So I have like every two of the shots in this microfilm are Alfred Hitchcock images, and then the others are going to be Halloween or fall. Covering up the Christmas. And then I don't know how I'm going to do it. But I love how this looks. This is actually a good idea. You can line your page with, I could have drawn those in, but I would not have thought of that unless I had found it. So that was serendipitous. Alright, let's glue these down. Glue. Okay, we're going to put Alfred down first. Now, I don't like the movie Psycho. Did he do the one Play Misty for me with Clint Eastwood? I don't know if he did or not. And I've just basically watched The Birds. And I love the fact that he had Grace Kelly in a lot of his movies. They were very good friends. Even supposedly to the point where she would invite him to go to Monaco after she married the prince. I think that's kind of cool. At least that's what I saw in a movie. If it's in a movie, it's true, right? Right. And I'm definitely not condoning the movie industry right now. I don't know. I believe that a lot of that goes on. But we're not going to talk about that. Nope. Only good things here. 4x8 paper stuff. Good stuff. Right, right. And I'm even thinking of bundling up some of this extra stuff. Oh my God, I love this. Can you see that? This was a stroke of genius. Stroke of genius. Okay, we're going to glue this down. And then we're going to glue this down. And then we got to trim it. You know why I like this? Because it reminds me of Jose Naranja's grid compositions and how organized all his stuff is. Possibly. I can't get my scissors in there. Jeez Louise. Oh, I did read some more about the fire this morning. Listen to this. This is just awful. This was in our paper on page 27. Not really, because we don't have that big of a paper. Our paper is pitiful. And it was the AP stuff. Just listen to this. With the winds dying down, the fire officials said Sunday they were finally getting the upper hand against the wildfires that have devastated California, wine country, and other parts of the state over the past week. It's been a week now, and thousands of people began to return home, if their homes are there. While the danger from the blazes was far from over, the smoky skies started to clear in some places. The number of people under evacuation order was down to 75,000 from nearly 100,000 the day before on Saturday. The fires were blamed for at least 40 deaths, the deadliest ever in the state, and destroyed about 5,700 structures. I heard Jerry Brown, the governor, said that this was the worst natural disaster in California's history, including the 1906 earthquake in San Francisco, including the 1989 in LA earthquake. It's horrible. Horrible. And we do know now, well, we are 87.5% sure that some very good friends that we went camping with as kids out to Bodega Bay, actually, have lost their house. They're retired and they do have an income that they can replace it, and I'm sure they had good insurance, but still. They had a small farm, so I don't know if the animals were hurt. Speaking of animals, we had a turtle by our trash can yesterday. And the night before, my husband and granddaughter saw a deer down by the water at our house, which we never have deer come over here. And he swam across the lake, the cove, where we are. Which is probably where he came from, because there's a patch of woods, small patch of woods left. They're building so many houses here, it's just crazy. Okay, the construction people are here. I'll be right back. If you hear saws in the background, I can't help it. Okay, this is for another project. Painting class. I can go back to painting class tomorrow. Hallelujah. Alright, I am trying to make a little clip from this movie clip of the birds. And I'm just going to abstract, oh, I know what I need to do. Do the iconic schoolhouse in the background with all the power lines. And the birds lining up on those power lines. I thought I had done all my painting. Okay, and this is going to be like the power poles. Very rudimentary, as is my talent. I don't want this too wet. Oh, I don't need paint. I'm just going to put black birds here. Line them up. This I might need paint for, actually. So those are all my birds lining up on the wire. Oopsie. My husband has to go to California this week. And this was the week we were supposed to go. We were going to be gone last week and go to Sequoia and Tahoe, and then fly into Sacramento, visit some of my family and friends, meet some of those same friends at Tahoe for this past weekend, and then drive down to Sequoia, and then be in San Diego by the end of this week for his convention thing. Sorry. And it all got messed up, which in hindsight, between our house construction and all these fires, is pretty, it worked out okay. But he will be down in San Diego at the end of the week. Well, the middle of the week, actually, I guess. I don't know. Alright, these are my birds flying around. They're very abstract. And I was just watching some of the PBS news, and it said, I seem to get better facts from PBS than anybody else. 5,700 structures have been damaged, 40 deaths, 75,000 are still evacuated, and 218,000 acres, which is larger than the city of New York, total, in Sonoma. It's unbelievable. So sad. Alright. These kind of don't look like birds, but because it's Alfred Hitchcock, I think I can get away with weird looking birds. And ones that you barely know what they are. Why isn't this sticking to this craft paper? Craft paper is hard to work with, let me just tell you. And now this is watercolor paper, so this might be even worse. I might have to use tacky glue, which I think I found my thing of glues. And he's known as the Master of Suspense, so I just put Master of Suspense in my title. Let me use my regular Elmer's kids glue and see what happens. Yep. People under my house. Can you hear them? I think I'm going to outline all this stuff and let's use this. Call it done. I put some watercolor on the craft paper, and this is white paper with watercolor, and this is textbook text from a book. And I'm going to outline raggedly, jaggedly, sketchily this little guy. And Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, I love this. If I can get it all to stay glued down. I think if I close it up and pinch it together with my clips, it'll help it for the rest of the day. Alfred Hitchcock. I love how that worked out. This was a film strip that had Christmas ornaments in the background that I found in a box somewhere back here, and I put just blurred oranges from a fall advertisement in a fall magazine, and then I put Alfred Hitchcock as if it was a fall Alfred Hitchcock movie strip. And then the birds, his title, which is Master of Suspense, and a modern rendition, very vague suggestion of birds on the telephone wires at the schoolhouse from the movie. Love this. Okay, that's it for today. Everybody have a good day. Please think about all these tragedies. Las Vegas, Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is just unbelievably sad. But our lovely president in California, my husband says it's because California is majorly supportive of their Democrats, which there's a lot of Republicans in California too. But California's not getting mentioned in the emergency sections by our politicians. So, well, they didn't vote for Trump, that's why. Possibly. Pitiful, pitiful. Sorry. No political. Okay, I'm going to go paint and clean some more. It's not really cleaning, it's just putting back. It's taking longer than I thought it would. But then so is the construction. So we're even. See y'all tomorrow.
Thanks for hanging out with me during my journal time. I hope you're journaling too. And thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. And I will be back tomorrow.